Hey everybody, welcome back to Runaway Trains. Today we picked up a special train. Drake and his friend Nick are here and we're going to talk all about it.
Today we picked up a E2 tank engine from the whistle stop, and it's the real life Thomas.
And I was going to ask you, why do we have the Thomas trains there next to this? Because it's the real life version.
As you can see, 6 small wheels, short stumpy funnel, short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. But the whistles are a little different. Thomas has 2, this one has 1 whistle.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm having trouble seeing through the glare on the box there. Nick, why don't you go ahead and open that up for us? So you were telling us it's a E2, is that the class?
E2 tank engine. Oh, there we go. Careful.
There we go. Wow, that looks good. You know, I noticed right off the bat there that the wheels are far apart. And I think we learned by watching one of the other YouTubers that we like. Who was the YouTuber that we liked called Train of Thought? He talked about how these wheelbases were so far apart that the trains didn't do well like on the curves and stuff, and they were limited in some of the use in real life. And then you know, there's a lot of space in between each of these, so I'm curious to see what it's going to do on our layout.
Also, I found the exploded parts diagram. As you can see, up here is the one for Thomas, and I actually found a one for my 9F. Tender driven too.
So we have that 9F, which we purchased recently, and then we have the Type 2 one up the top there as well now. What else can you tell us about this? What is the Southern 104? Can you take it out of the box and maybe talk a little bit about that? What is Southern, Drake?
That's the railway it was made on, I think, or came from.
Like Southern Pacific?
No, it's just Southern. And Southern Railway.
But that would be in England, right? That's not an American train, obviously.
Yes, an England train.
This has the hook and loop style couplers on it.
Classic.
This would be a tank engine, so
yes,
there's no tender.
There's no tender.
And the tank would be here, which is
on both sides.
Water would be there, and then there's like a bunker here in the back for coal. Let's put it next to these Bachmann Thomas trains to see you get an idea of the size of that. It's a bit bigger.
A little bigger, yeah. And also on the buffer beam, you can see number 104.
That's a nice detail.
And also on Thomas, doesn't say number 1 at all. Same with this one. Doesn't say number 70 on his buffer beam.
Now, on the real train there, would they have had a headlamp on there or a headlight? Or
they would have a couple headlamps on there, yes.
And I don't see one on there, so...
Also, you could tell this is also made by HORNBY because it does not have a face.
What do you guys say we put it on the layout and give it a run? Okay, so here we have him on the track. We'll see what he does. Okay, so the engine didn't run right away, so we took off the shell, and there's like our whole mechanics of the engine right there. And what we did is we realized we were getting a short on here, and it was coming way up here. I'm like, all right, well, there's power getting to it, so let's open it up and see what it is. And we just used a little bit of this, the Lebel 106 on the big gray gear there, and down below there we put some of the thicker grease there, and then we used this liquid bearings on the outside here on these rods there, on those points on this side and the other side, and it seems to have done the trick. So Nick, why don't you give us some power? We'll test it out. Man, that thing is booking. Look at that.
There it goes. Up Gordon's Hill.
Dang, that thing's flying.
Into Henry's Tunnel. Out of Henry's Tunnel on the bridge.
Sometimes you get an engine, maybe it had been sitting on the shelf too long in the store, or when somebody brought it in to trade or sell it. Maybe it was sitting on the shelf at their house for a long, long time and they weren't using it anymore. So we kind of got a little scared that maybe we bought a dud. But there's a few YouTubers we like to watch. Our main guy we really enjoy is SMT Mainline, where he actually opens up the trains and is not afraid to take them apart. And he gives us the confidence to do the same. We just removed the shell, did a little bit of lubrication, and next thing you know, we got a runner again. So when that comes around, let's back it up into the yard again, and we're going to put the shell on. And right about there is good, and then we'll back it up. This thing is a fast train. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the shell back on.
Okay, so we're gonna back up the E2 tank engine to pull some coaches. Oh, oops. Okay, looks like it doesn't want to go. But it doesn't want to couple up because the coupler is kind of small on this coach.
Oh, they have different size couplers.
Yep.
So maybe what we need to do is get some other rolling stock there.
I'll probably get Emily's coaches because
Will these work?
same kind of coupler.
So I guess we're going to go more with the
Thomas coaches.
Thomas coaches.
I could also get Annie and Clarabelle.
Kind of have several down here to choose from. But I guess what we're thinking is we want to stick with what, the E2 would have pulled, and then the Thomas series, that's kind of what it would have pulled, is the smaller coaches here. So,
Well, more like these
like these guys over here.
girls.
These gals. All right, so let's see what you can do, 104.
Oh. It has some trouble, but it can pull.
It's doing all right.
Come on, you can do it, Thomas. You can do it. I know Thomas because it's me too.
I guess we could stop right here. I mean, the train stopped in the perfect location with our little Thomas billboard, right? So we want to give another shout out to our friend Nick over here for Nicholas HD channel on YouTube here.
You should come watch it.
So go head over there and like and subscribe. And Drake, what do we want to say at the end of this episode here? Thanks for watching Runaway Trains. We'll see you on the next run.